Should we just search romantic comedies on Netflix and then see what we find?
Hello! Well, that was a long hello. So, welcome back. No video last week as I was busy. Basically with like family stuff. Okay, well, family visiting, and it was kind of rude to like go anywhere. So, this week, yes, there is one. So let's kick it right off and start talking about 13 Reasons Why, a Netflix drama. It is phenomenally good. It is dark, it's edgy, it makes you think, it keeps you guessing, and it's really interesting the way it's done because it's set up with like lots of little different timelines that all come together for one event, which obviously you see at the start. I'm not going to try and give too much away. It is brilliantly cast. It's brilliantly written, brilliantly acted, brilliantly portrayed, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. It is available on Netflix now. You can go and watch the entire first season. I did exactly that. I watched all of season 1, I think, in 2-3 days. And obviously there's 13 episodes. I think it's 13. Yeah, 13 episodes, and it was really good. So if you have got Netflix, it's definitely one to go and have a look at. Excuse me. It's just really good, and I really enjoyed it. There is a second season coming out soon. I don't have the date. I should have probably googled that before I did this, but I didn't because this is actually my second attempt. I got way too excited doing my first one, and I'm not entirely sure it's come out right. But you don't need to know. But there we go. So, 13 Reasons Why, Netflix, go watch it. So, moving on to film. I have been to the cinema this week. Just, because I make these sacrifices so I can come here and tell you all about it in as vaguely as possible so I don't spoil anything. So the first film I saw this week was Disney's A Wrinkle in Time. Now, it's got some big names in it. Excuse me, sorry. It has got some big names in it. It's an interesting film. It's had mixed reviews. Critically, it wasn't really that well received, but I think one thing I find about critics is most of the time they don't know what the flipping heck they're talking about. No swearing here today. They, will say something is wonderful, and half the time I go and see it and I'll be just really disappointed or think, have I missed something? And I think all too often they like concentrate on the wrong things for me personally, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, moving back to the film. Like I said, it's got some really big names in it. From, Captain Kirk to Oprah Winfrey. It's a nice film. It's a classic Disney film. Classic kind of Disney style storyline of, the happy ending and everything else with lots of stuff going on in the middle, self-discovery and standing up for yourself and gaining confidence, and it's just a nice little film, It's, if you've got kids and you want to take them to see a nice Disney film, that's not a bad one to go and see. It's I've turned into a seal today. I don't know. I'm very excited at the moment. I don't know why. I've gone like full circle of just to woohoo jazz hands. Anyway, sorry. Moving on. Yeah, it's a good solid film. I quite enjoyed it. It wasn't one of those films that I left and thought woohoo, but I did leave the cinema thinking, actually, you know what? That's a nice little film. It's good, if you've got kids or nephews or nieces or whatever, then when it comes round onto like Sky or something, it'd be a nice one to sit down and watch too. So, moving swiftly on to Pacific Rim Uprising. Now, this one I wasn't overly sure about because there was a first one, I have seen it. And I don't really remember it, which for me is not a good start because, especially if you're doing like a series of films, you want people to be able to remember the one that came before, provided they tie in and you're not sort of going to do like a whole Terminator thing where you're going to make a couple of films that are really good, make a load of pants ones in the middle, and then just completely ignore all of those and make a new one that follows on from the second one. But anyway, moving on from that. Yeah, it was a lot better than the first. I mean, I noticed that I can't really remember the first, but that's how I know it's a lot better, because I can still remember this one for the start. It has got John Boyega in it from the Star Wars franchise, which obviously brings quite a bit of personality with him. Sorry, I'm really not also with me today. But, yeah, I mean, the casting is pretty good. The storyline is reasonable. And, in the way, like, the bits that I can remember from the first one and the way it sort of follows on and sort of the things that have happened and the way things are now, sort of in this, future universe, it is quite interesting. It's quite, it was quite a good film. I did enjoy it. Again, it wasn't one where I left the film, the theatre thinking, woo, yay, woo, great, super, smash it, gotta go and see it again. But it's a film that you can sit and watch. So if you want something that's a bit of fun, bit of action, you want to get some special effects down, yeah, nip along and see it, because it's not too bad. It's got I would say an okay rating for that one. It's not a woo, but it's all right. Obviously, these are just my opinions. Other people may have absolutely loved it. And films that I say I don't like, people may have absolutely loved. So who knows? Everybody is different, and that's the thing. This is just like, obviously, my ramblings, because I am a big cinema geek. Anyway, moving swiftly on. I don't know what that was all about. Steven Spielberg. Everybody knows Steven Spielberg. One knows him, but obviously knows his work. Often does big films nowadays, normally quite successfully, and obviously his latest one is Ready Player One. Now, again, I've heard, I haven't actually read any reviews for this, I've heard it's had mixed reviews. I personally absolutely freaking loved it. It was brilliant, and this was one of those films that I went to see it and I came out and I was like, oh my god, that was amazing, I could go and watch it again right now. It was absolutely brilliant. It was one of those things where I went and watched it and I just came out of the cinema, felt amazing. I was like, that was brilliant, absolutely loved it. Loved the storyline, loved the characters, loved the cast, loved the animation, not animation, CGI, and you know what I mean. And it was just really, really good. It was really well acted. Again, all of the characters were really well cast and everyone did a really good job portraying their particular characters and traits and things like that. And I just really, really enjoyed it, and it's an interesting take on, a future sort of dystopian society where things aren't necessarily all sweetness and light and roses like, they are supposed to be perceived sometimes. This is one where people are doing things to get away from other things, and, it's a nice film, it's a nice story. I really liked it. In fact, I liked it that much I have been to see it again. I've seen it twice this week. So, definitely one to go and see. I would definitely recommend it. It gets a big thumbs up from me. So, a good film. So that is that one. Now, you may be thinking, well, you've been banging on about going to see the Love, Simon film, which is based on this book, Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. Now, obviously, as I mentioned before, they decided that title was a little bit wordy and cut it down to Love, Simon. Now, I've already read the book a couple of times. I'm in the process of reading it for a third time. Obviously, I've not done that much reading, so I'm going to the cinema a lot this week. And yeah, I've banged on about this. I've banged on about how much I was looking forward to seeing the film, and that I hoped it was going to be as good as the book. And you know, I was really hoping it didn't disappoint. And I'm afraid I have to say, I didn't really like it. Absolutely loved it. It's the best film I have seen this year. It was epically good. It's so well written. The music in it, by the way, is brilliant. I've got the soundtrack in my car. The only downside to the soundtrack is the fact that not all of the songs in the film are on the soundtrack. But some of those I've sort of downloaded separately on my Spotify account. But anyway, that's kind of irrelevant to what I'm saying here. Excuse me. The film itself, I've seen it 4 times. It only came out on Friday. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit weird. You don't have to tell me that. It's unbelievably good. The story is great. If you've read the book, you know, and you're going and expecting it to be like word for word like the book, it's not going to be like that. No film adaptation of a book is. That's why it's called an adaptation. But it's phenomenally good. The characters are so unbelievably well cast and unbelievably well acted. It is unreal. And like all of the things that you would hope that if you've read the book especially and you've got sort of a mental image in your head of what it's going to be like, for me personally, that just came through on the screen. It was just so good. And like each character, you know, they're like little traits and little smiles and quirks and the way they speak. It was just all there. It was just so well acted and cast. It was unbelievable. And like, obviously the main character, Simon, is played by Nick Robinson, and his performance was just brilliant. Again, like I don't think I've said it before, I'm a big Nick Robinson fan, and you know, I love his acting, and it's really good. God, I wish I could act like that. Oh! Anyway, moving on. But yeah, I mean, I have replenished my love for Jennifer Garner as well, who plays Simon's mum, because she's just amazing in it. I mean, everyone is amazing in it, you know, and like, I'm going to start getting into character names now. It's terrible. Because, like, but like, the characters are just all how you would expect them to be. So, it's really good. It's really well character driven, and it really, like I say, I've seen it 4 times. I'm gonna go and see it again. I can tell you that now. And it's the first time I have been to, because I went basically to the first showing in my local cinema, and it's the first time I sat in a cinema, and you know, it wasn't full, but there's quite a few people there with sort of all mixers and stuff. And it's the first time I sat there, and there's been people sort of laughing, and then the next minute they're crying, and you know, you've got people just like, ooh, you know, me included. I was crying. I'm not afraid to admit that I had a cry. And then, you know, right at the very end, there was like people just like clapping, and it's just like, I've never seen that in a, you know, from a film and from a, you know, a cinema audience before. I've seen quite a few films. I love film. That's why I'm partly doing this. You know, and it was just brilliant. It really was brilliant. Just from like the cheeky smiles of like Blue where you would expect them, and obviously like how Simon is. I'm character name now, so if you don't know the character, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. But tough. If you haven't read the book, that's your own fault. Go and read the book, and go and see the film, and then read the book again, maybe, and then go and see the film again. Anyway, getting sidetracked. You know, and all of these little things, they just add up to a really well-rounded film. So, go and see it, because, especially if you have read the book, and if you haven't read the book, please go and read the book, because it's such a good book. And I would say, I mean, being gay myself and sort of having issues, maybe they weren't issues, but they were issues in my head, I don't know, but I mean, knowing some of the things that I've thought or gone through or whatever else, it was nice to see a story that kind of made you think about those or come to certain realizations and things like that as well. So in that respect, it was really interesting. So if you have got gay friends or family or relatives, family, or they are the same thing. Oh God. But yeah, it's just go and see it because it really was I've been to see it 4 times. You know, I don't do that often. I've done it with some films, but not often. So yeah, it's a good film. Go and see it and read the book. Get the book. Or, you know, a Kindle if you really must, but I don't do Kindle. I like proper, I've thrown it over there now, proper books. So, that is all of my cinema picks and my TV pick for the week. So I will just quickly move on to a DVD picks. I'm just going to quickly move on to my DVD/Sky pick. And it's this film here, I don't know if you can see that. Again, actually, I'm not sure if this was based on a book. Yes, based on a book. There you go. New York Times bestseller. Everything. This, again, like I said, it's Nick Robinson is in this as well. Like I said, I'm a big fan. Without trying to give too much away, this is a story about a girl who is ill and she can't go outside. And Nick Robinson's character moves in next door. And there's a whole sort of relationship that pursues from that, and certain things come to light. It is, again, really well done. It's a really interesting story. I haven't read the book, but I probably will do at some point as soon as I can get one. But it's just a really nice sort of easygoing, interesting, quirky story. Well, not quirky. I don't know if quirky. I'm really not good at. I'm trying to think, you know, I really have got to start writing scripts. I really have. I kind of just sit here and just whatever comes out, comes out. I know I hide it well, obviously, of course. But anyway, it's just a really nice story. You can get it on DVD. I'm fairly sure. I can't remember if you can get it. I'm sure you can get it either on Netflix or Sky, but I can't remember which. I did know earlier, but it's totally gone out of my head. But it's a really nice story. Definitely worth a watch. Yeah, so that's another one to have a look at. Anyway, I have got to go now and plan what I am going to watch next week and talk about. We might go for another classic film. TV. There's some new TV series actually that have just come out that I've got to watch that are on my Skybox. So I will try and find some time around work to have a look at those. Tell you what I think, whether I think it's worth watching or not, and I will see you next time. So thank you very much for stopping by once again, and goodbye.